I've ever bring. If you'd like making love at midnight in the dunes on the Cape. Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. How would Star-Lord do a talk? That's what I gotta think about. And again, that Chris Pratt. How would Chris Pratt do this?
Crash onto it.
Today he's going to talk to you about how to lead a crash, not a herd. So everyone, our final disruptor, Kevin Romeo.
Cool. So despite my creative, whatever you want to call it, I actually grew up on a farm, and we used to ride horses and we had cattle, and if you have cattle, you know that for whatever reason, I didn't understand it, but you have to move cattle from one place to another once in a while. I don't honestly know why. So everything was actually going fine until we got to the promised land and one cow at the front of the pack didn't like the looks of the gate and like turned around. And all of a sudden all the cows started running back at us on horses. And so the horses kind of freaked out, bucked me off, and I almost died. But I learned at that moment that I have a distaste for herd think. I don't like when, you know, one person makes a decision and everyone just does it. It just seemed, I think this is where I got emotionally upset and I never, you know, I didn't recover. For me, I want to have a team full of dynamic people. How do you get those people? I do what Pat Lencioni tells me to. If you guys are familiar, he's a leadership guru. He has a book called The Ideal Team Player, where he says the 3 characteristics of a team player are humble, hungry, and smart. Humility is huge for rhinos because even though you're powerful and you're strong and you have a lot of ideas, you have to be able to work with other people. You have to be coachable. You have to know that you're part of the team and you have the authority to push back, but you also have to know your spot and be okay with that kind of critical feedback, which a lot of people have talked about. Hungry, obviously you have to be driven. You can't be okay with status quo. You can't be okay with just doing everything how it's always been done. Smart, Pat Lencioni defines more as EQ than IQ, but I look at it as both. You have to be able to read a room and make good decisions based on the people and the context you're in. So you got the team. How do you lead them? Where do you go now that you hired those humble, hungry, smart people? You have to be mission-minded. Leading a crash is way harder than leading a herd, but it's so worth it because the results, you get to have this family, this community, you push back and you achieve tremendous things. So there you go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, goodness.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode, I don't know, of season 2 of the Rhino Crash On Show, the Rhino Weekly. Hope you love it. Get ready to see some of my friends and see what we've been up to.
I think the nature of what we do is very busy and very it can be very stressful at times. There can be a lot on everyone's plate, and sometimes it can even seem like almost everyone in the office is working on a different project. Like we have so much coming in, and so having time to rest in general, but then to rest together, I think is really important because, you know, for us to keep a cohesiveness about our team and a strong friendship and friendly vibes, it's important to experience each other outside of the context of work.
It just takes any like mental energy you would spend worrying about like the relational side of things. It lifts that, and then you can just fully focus on this project.
At the end of the day, at all those things, I always feel like, wow, I am blessed to work at where I work. So I think those things are very important, and I'm glad to be a part of a culture of work that value. Oh, frick. Okay, I'm done.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys. What you talking about?
Modernistic, obviously, we've worked with for a long time. We're excited to do this project, and we got the script written. 3 half days is what's budgeted. We don't have to do the aerials if we don't want to. I just thought it might be a way. It's probably right to do. I definitely want this to feel cinematic though, and that's why I want you to be involved, because I know that you'll bring that. Mm-hmm. And I don't, you know how like earlier on, back in the early days of Rhino, these felt like TV spots.
Yeah.
Rachel's cool if we want to make this feel more cinematic and a little, little grainy. Like I think there's room for that. Or with it, you can't go too like, that's cute, or whatever you want to say about that. So you gotta kind of. It's got to kind of ride down the middle. Okay. I'm thinking I'm going to get some tacos. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Cape Bueno. I'm thinking I'm going to do some. I'm thinking Arby's, to be honest with you. Oh gosh. Do you want to watch a Modernistic video real quick?
Yeah.
One of our favorites. This is the greatest thing that Rhino's ever made. Brought to you by Jeremy Angeletti. Check it out.
Thanks for calling Modernistic. How can I help you?
Check 1, 2, let me tell you about my situation. I got some flooring causing me some mega frustration. Tiles and grout look dank and give an odor.
I'll emphasize the dankness in our written work order.
Please send me some help as soon as you can. I got my Grammy coming in this weekend. If she sees it like this, I don't know what I'll do.
Leave the cleaning up to us, but your granny's up to you.
Modernistic, simple and quick. We're the first with experience.
We have all of those props.
Hope you enjoy. Keep watching, subscribe. If this episode was meaningful to you or you found it valuable, let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Share it with someone who works at some huge company who has tons of money who wants us to tell their story. That would be awesome. Or just a friend or like some guy that doesn't have a job or whatever. Just share it with someone and brighten their day. Hopefully that's the goal. Thanks.